So I got a coffee and I sat down at my computer and I literally just pressed record and talked. And that was this video. And then I uploaded it and it was my biggest video ever. And I was like, well, hold on a minute. You know, it was easy as fuck. It took like literally 15 minutes to make with no editing and no planning or anything. And it was my biggest video ever. So I was like, well, what would happen if I kind of did that again? And then I did it again and got 500k views. So then I was like, holy shit, I've cracked the code.
What if you did all the multi-camera setups, the workflow scripts, and the editing made to hit every single dopamine receptor in your viewer's head, to film your content on a webcam with no script and zero editing? Would you still be able to craft a strong personal brand? Well, Willem Brown decided to prove just that. And oh boy, was he right. Not only did he prove that this was actually possible, this guy went on to make over $500,000 a month doing it. And at first, I thought it was just another guy getting lucky with the algorithm, but I quickly discovered that there's actually a brilliant personal branding strategy behind it. So why did William switch to this style of content? What can we learn from him about building a hardcore audience? And why are so many people starting to copy his style? But first of all, why? Why would someone with such a high budget switch to this style of content? Well, turns out that the way he discovered this style was a complete accident. See, William had just sold his company for multiple seven figures and he knew he had to make a YouTube video about it as soon as possible. But not having the time to create a high production quality video like he used to, he decided to just grab a coffee, sit in front of his computer, and then simply press record.
Hey guys, it's Will, and just a few hours ago, I can't believe that I'm saying this, by the way, but yeah, just a few hours ago, I sold my business to a private equity firm. We finally, after a long 6, almost 7 months process, the sale finally closed. I got the wire, and yeah, I just thought if there's ever a time to make a YouTube video, you know, it's the day that you sell your first company to a private equity firm for millions of dollars.
This him actually talking about it.
So this one was the first ever video that I made. That was easy. It was just like my iMac built-in camera. And then I got this kind of cool camera set up with like, you know, 2 different camera angles and a slider and a B-roll and shit. And it was just annoying to make the friggin' videos. I had to set up the fucking camera, do the slider, send the footage to an editor, wait for the edit back, make a fancy thumbnail. And man, I was like, I'm just not going to enjoy this, you know? And I was like, it's going to be so hard to do this. So I was like, I can't do it, you know? But I was in a very lucky position because I'd sold a company and I was like, you know, super wealthy. So I didn't need it to work anyway, right? So that gave me a bit of an edge. But what really changed everything was the day that I sold the company and I got the wire, right? I got the wire at like 5 p.m. or something, and it goes dark in Dubai at about 7. So I was like, oh, fuck, I've got to make a video now, like right now, right? So I got a coffee and I sat down at my computer and I literally just pressed record and talked. And that was this video. And then I uploaded it and it was my biggest video ever. That was how I found the style by accident. You know, it was just that kind of day where I had to make the video and I didn't have any time to wait. Yeah. So it was kind of a happy accident to find that worked, and then I just stuck with it, and obviously it worked really, really, really well.
William was tired of having to go through all this hassle just for a 10-minute video. He realized early on that this was not something he could maintain for a long time. Then he accidentally came up with this style, which turned out to be the solution to that problem. This is something I've seen time and time again in entrepreneurs who've grown great personal brands. They've all managed to consistently avoid burnout by approaching their personal brands from a standpoint of sustainability. But for us to be able to learn from William, we must first understand the psychology behind this format, why it works in the first place. And the first thing that plays a crucial role to William's explosive growth is his packaging. This is the title and thumbnail of each video, and it's what gets people to click in the first place, because if no one clicks, no one watches. Yo, so a quick update for my future self here. Essentially, I just sent William the export of this video, and he told me that there's one thing missing. So he sent me this doc of that thing that's missing so I can explain it. Essentially, what he's saying, what happened, is that for the longest time on YouTube, there hadn't been this super high production quality style with fancy editing, music, eye-catching thumbnails and all that. Think of people like him and Gaji. And then what happened is that William came and did the exact opposite of that by recording videos of his webcam using no thumbnails. And therefore, stood out doing that. And therefore, went viral doing that. And as a result, all these people started to copy his style. And these people got some pretty great results doing it, reaffirming that this format genuinely works. And at first it seems very odd. I mean, his thumbnails are just screenshots from that video. But if you pay close attention, apart from them being the total opposite of what everyone's doing and therefore standing out, you can also notice that it's actually a sales tactic. Make them feel as if they need you more than you need them. His packaging perfectly reflects that idea, something that triggers people to watch. Because unlike many creators, he actually doesn't need people to watch.
But I was in a very lucky position because I'd sold a company and I was like, you know, super wealthy, so I didn't need it to work anyway.
We can even directly see that in one of his titles, secret recording from a millionaire-only mastermind in Bali. Please do not share. And because of the background he's using, which may include the view of your own penthouse, a mastermind, or a 2 Club X $10 million award from ClickFunnels, coupled with the way he frames the video and its length, genuinely make you feel like you're getting the real thing. But what happens when someone clicks on one of these thumbnails? Well, the first thing they're met with is the exact thing they clicked on, reassuring them that they're watching the right video and removing all suspicions of clickbait. And here's where the format really starts to unveil itself. We've already discussed that the goal of this format was to optimize for sustainability, but as a byproduct of that, it so happened that this style also does a great job at filtering out bad leads. He also talks about this in chapter 8 of his book. There's also a technique you can use to filter out unsuitable prospects before they even get in front of you. It's called funnel friction. Funnel friction is a way to engineer each step of the sales process to either add qualification or take away qualification from your leads. William applies this at the very first part of his funnel, his content. This time, the qualification being how serious someone is about succeeding. Since there's no dopamine in his videos to satisfy these people's baselines, the ones not being serious enough to watch a 30-minute video are going to simply click off, giving William the opportunity to literally nurture the fuck out of the high-quality leads still watching, framing him as the authority and creating a connection between him and his audience. And talking about authority, something we can notice in some of his best-performing content is that he's leveraging other people's fame. Take a look at this video with 20,000 views titled Mike Thurston shares 10 years of YouTube knowledge in one video, or this video with Charlie Morgan titled Charlie Morgan tells this is how I make $1.3 million a month in my SMMA. As we all know, these two figures are huge authorities in the space, and all of William's potential clients probably know them, watch their content, and want to get where they're at, meaning that they will be inclined to watch a video of them giving value, or even better, getting value like in this video.
How are you going to launch it?
What do you mean?
So are you going to do retargeting ads to it? Are you going to do a YouTube video and be like, buy it now?
Organic to begin with.
Organic to begin with.
So most of the sales will come from YouTube. That's where I get most conversions. That's why most people trust me.
Something that yet again creates huge amounts of authority for William. This is actually a great strategy for any entrepreneur starting out without a large following. In fact, it's exactly what I'm doing right now. The reason you clicked on this video is because you knew who Willliam Brown is, you understood the power of his personal brand, and you wanted to achieve something similar. This video acting is a bridge to that. Cool, but now let's get into the reason you clicked on this video. Turning those views into cash. Now, for those who don't know, William's value ladder consists of multiple offers, all in the same niche, all in the same direction, helping infoproduct sellers scale their business. But out of these offers, there's one that stands out, one that has at least doubled the traffic, the conversion, everything at the rest of this value ladder. And that offer is, of course, his book that I have a copy of. Again, in fact, if you go to page 121 of his book, you will see that he actually explains why a book is such a brilliant move for any personal brand. Many say this is the most powerful funnel type because it builds huge authority for you as an author, and it creates huge amount of trust and respect if your book is good. The reader will fall in love with you, what you do, and how you can help them, and this puts them at the top of the buy triangle in the bang now trends. I also want to add on that since this is a physical product, you develop a much deeper connection with it than you do with something like an ebook. Like, you cannot develop a connection with an ebook, it's just something digital. As humans, live in the physical world. And since this book is physical, we are able to connect much more with it. Finally, if the book is actually good, you're going to talk to your friends about it. You're gonna tell them how good it is and how it helped you scale. And therefore, they buy the book. They go through all the testimonials he has there. They go through all the value he's added to this book. And they create this trust and connection with Willliam Brown. So Willliam Brown is framed as the only authority to them. And it acts as this referral machine, creating an indefinite flow of new leads to your personal brand and business. Now, I think there's one key lesson that Willliam Brown has taught us, and that lesson is to not think that you have to do what everyone else is doing to get where you want to get, to always provide as much value as possible, and regardless of what you do, find a way to make it sustainable. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you craft a personal brand like Willliam Brown. If you're a 5 to 8 figure entrepreneur and you genuinely got value out of this video, let me tell you that I'm looking for 2 people to scale deeply with. Help you build a sustainable, authentic, impactful and converting personal brand that will not only change the lives of thousands, but also make you hundreds of thousands, while making the entire process as seamless and as effortless as possible. And after that, I'm probably not accepting any more clients for the next couple of months, since I genuinely want to direct all of my focus towards scaling these 2 people and not spread myself too thin. That being said, if this is something you're interested in, you can apply with the top link in the description. Hope you got something out of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.